through by Stephen Moore. Carter getting back there. Moore won the race.
My name's Stephen Moore, 26 years old, played for the Reds for a number of seasons, and now I'm playing with the ACT Brumbies.
He's a specialist. Maury is a hooker, and he's mastering that art.
He is outstanding, Australia's best hooker in years.
I was born in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. Then we went back to Ireland for a while and then shifted out to Australia. Going back to Ireland is definitely a bit of a homecoming for me. Probably some of my greatest obstacles were the fact that when I first came into the Wallabies setup, there are a number of great hookers. On the other hand, though, I learned a lot from those guys. Brendan Cannon and Jeremy Paul really helped me a lot on areas of my game. Anything I've achieved so far is certainly got something to do with the help they gave me. Something I probably see as one of my strengths out on the field is I really relish the pressure of a big game. You know, being in a role like the hooking role, there's definitely a lot of individual responsibilities that you take out in the field. You've got to hit the mark with your throw. You know, I take a lot of pride in my responsibility in the team. As far as opposition hookers go, I've had the opportunity to play against some really good hookers. Probably one that comes to mind is Andrew Hoare, the All Blacks hooker. I really enjoy any clash I get against him.
Stephen Moore had a great year last year. You know, really established himself not only as a Wallaby but probably as one of the preeminent hookers in the world game. He's a specialist. We're in an era where there is a lot of versatility, but Maury is a hooker and he's mastering that art.
Touch, pause, engage.
So the moments before a scrum's packed, there's not usually too much said. After the engagement, you know, it's usually trying to catch your breath and there's blood rushing to your head. And it's usually when a scrum collapses, you might get, you know, a fist coming through from the second row that you got to be careful of. And as a hooker, it's hard because both your arms are pinned behind you at the time, so you got really no defence. You know, you pull your head up though, you got the watery eyes, but you keep going. Something I'm passionate about away from rugby is doing charity work. I'm involved with a charity called the Pyjama Foundation. They teach literacy to foster kids and kids who haven't perhaps had a very good upbringing or an opportunity to learn to read and write. And I think it's important that, you know, I put something back there and do anything I can to assist. Everyone that plays for Australia gets allocated a test cap number. To know that you're part of a select group of players to pull on that jersey is something that means a lot. As a front rower, this will sound weird, but Ben Tune was a guy I really enjoyed watching as a kid. Another guy whose name who's on this board is Michael Foley. Probably had a greater influence on me as a coach. I'll never forget the time I had working with him.
Stephen Moore really blossomed on the Wallabies into season tour last year through Europe, where even European judges who loved slagging off the Wallaby front row were calling him the best hooker in world rugby, and I agree with them. Fantastic line-out thrower, great scrummager, decided in open play, terrific defender, and he is one of the real linchpins of this Wallaby side.
You know, you're only as good as your last game as far as I'm concerned, and that's very much the way that I'm looking to approach my rugby. The year started again with a Super 14 tournament, and you know there's 14 other hookers that, you know, want to take your head off every week. So, you know, I relish that challenge, and whatever lies ahead, I'm really looking forward to.